Hello, everyone. Welcome back to part two of our Project Tracker series. As many of you know, especially if you have been creating workflows for a while, building a straight line approval is easy, but building a workflow that can safely travel backward when changes are requested without getting stuck in an infinite loop is what separates beginner developers from pros. Today, we are taking our core engine that we created in part one of our series and layering on a fully automated rework loop for both our users and our managers. And if you're wondering what rework means, it means that the approver is requesting a change from the user. So you have to send the request back to the user. Let's get started. So this is our workflow. And I'm going to click on Manager Review. And right here with this Start and Approval, this is the default. So what we want to do is we want to change this to Custom. So we're going to come here, Custom Responses, wait for one response. Click on that. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add Approve because that's what we currently have. So Approve. Next one is Reject. Oops. Make sure my spelling is right. Reject. And then our new one. This is the request changes. So this is the extra option that our manager is gonna have. Request changes that gets sent back to um to the user. All right, so now that we have that, so now that we've done that, the next thing we need to do now is go to our branch. So we already have approve, we have approve, and we have reject. You know, what happens in those branches. So now what we want to do is we want to create another case. And in this case, and I always call it branch, but in this case, we're going to name this, and I want to make sure I get the spelling right, no typos. So I'm going to just come in here and copy this, Control C, and then we're going to come in here, Control V, also rename it here. Okay. And so now that we've done that, the next thing that we need to do is we need to add our update. So let's come in here. Let that finish spinning out. Okay, SharePoint. And then we're going to say update. Update. So we're going to update item. Let me go for my flow here. So that's the site address. And my list name is Project Approval Tracker. Now, just to let you guys know, in a real solution, I would recommend creating a variable for this, because when you move this to the next environment, to the new environment, it's going to use the GUID and not necessarily the list name. So use a variable. Because this is a demo, that's why I'm doing this. If you want me to, maybe at the end of the series, I can show you how to create an environment variable and replace the list. Let me know in the comments section. Anyway, let's go down to the ID and add the ID. Okay. So now what we want to, so our status now, it becomes changes requested. And then in our I had it backwards. Request change, but I think you know what it means. Changes requested. And then for the approvals stage, we're gonna have request a review. Request a review. So this is going to set it up where it gets sent back to the requester, okay? I like to update these as well. Status to change requested approval stage to requester review. So I like to keep these in here. So if I come back in the future, or if a developer comes in behind me, they know what's going on. All right, so now we've done that. So now the next thing we need to do is now we need to do the same thing for the director, because the director as well can request changes that needs to get sent back to the manager, and then the manager will have to make those changes. So let's go ahead and work on that. Okay, so let's open this up. Actually, you know what? I missed something. Let me come back over here, manager, request. We do have to send an email. So I almost forgot that. So let's come over here. We're gonna say email. Uh, oh, send an email. All right. So I'm gonna do created by. You want the when an item file is created. So created by email, and then change manager requesting changes. And I'm just gonna come in here and say, oops, not the director, excuse me. Let's say your manager needs changes. So anyway, I'll fix all that up later on. That doesn't matter. So I'll fix that up. We don't need to see that. You can. So let's come over here. And so we're going to do the same thing here as well. So we're going to open this up. And then what we're going to do is, like we did last time, change this to wait for one response. All right. And what I'm going to do is, I don't like this parallel branch. So I'm going to change this to an actual switch case. Switch. I'm not sure if I explained why in my last video. I did this on purpose. This is less efficient because both of these will run, as opposed to when you have a switch where it finds the match and just that branch, that case runs, and not both. This can be used in different situations. So let's fix this really quick. I'm going to come here. I'm going to pause the video so I don't want it to be too long and fix it up. All right, I'm unpausing from my beginners. So I've already taken care of the approve. I added the reject. And the way, so I'm just moving all of the actions that was in my reject branch and just moving it like this, just dragging it. Just dragging it and dragging it. Okay. And then once I do that, let me close this. I can just delete this. Delete. And oh, I'm sorry. I should have just came here and deleted the whole thing. Delete. All right. All right. So now we got that. So now let's come back here and now let's finish up our director branch. And so we're going to scroll down. All right. Let's come here and let's add the branches. So approve. Same thing as before, reject. And let's say request changes. Okay. Then let's copy here. And let's go down and add our case. Do that. And then do that. And so I'm going to come in here. I'm going to add an action. And so let's go for the update. Update. Okay. I'm going to come here. Oh, I'm sorry. It's an environment variable. So custom. SharePoint. And then let's go to our list. Project approval tracker. Let's grab the correct ID from when an item or file is created. And then we're going to come down here to our approval. And oh, we got it at the right place. Manager review, correct. And for our pending approval, okay, that's correct. All right. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to just change this to, let's say, send back to manager. So that way we know who it's going to. And then the last thing we need to do is let's close this up and then send that email. Okay. So let's send an email. All right, so I need to go to the manager branch over here, and I need to grab this so I can have access to the email. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. I'm going to copy to my clipboard, and oh, this one as well. Copy. Then come back over here, and let's paste it. Go to my clipboard and paste. So this is just failed to find in definition. Let's try that again. That's weird. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna add it one by one. I don't know. Let me pause the video and add it myself. I'm not sure why the copy is not working. All right, so here we are. So I've added these, which retrieves the manager's email. So now all we have to do now is just add the email. So let me go ahead and do that. All I do here is just add the dynamic. output, which is joined emails. Okay. They're requesting changes. And you can say something, the director has requested an update please adjust. All right. Okay. So that's done. One thing I did realize as I was making changes is, as you remember, we had send back to manager here. So because I made that change, I also need to make that change here and here as well. Let's see here. And we are officially done. So just a quick recap. So what we did in our manager review, we modified this approval. We added a request changes. We updated our case, our branch, our switch, added a third one, request changes, and we did the same thing for our director. Added a case, send back to manager. So now our state transitions are officially locked in. We've given our approvers the power to request changes instead of just rejecting items. But in part 3, things get really interesting. We are going to build the automation engine that processes these changes. I'll show you how to prevent infinite loops using advanced trigger conditions and how to route those resubmissions seamlessly. Now make sure you're subscribed so you get notified the second that goes live. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.